Hello, Leo. Welcome to your monthly tarot scope reading. I'm Maritza of the Sibyl Heart, and just as a reminder, please do not use these readings to replace medical, legal, or financial advice. These readings are for entertainment purposes and personal enlightenment only. The full disclaimer is in the description box below, and it's all over my website, so you can hit the link in bio link, and it'll take you to my website. And there you can get transcripts if you need them, and access past readings. But here we go. What is the message for Leo? What is the message for Leo? Leo, we have the King of Pentacles. We have the Three of Pentacles. And we have the Eight of Cups. So right now what I'm seeing is that you are doing your job, whatever that may be, and you are taking care of your responsibilities, whatever those may be, and someone is paying attention, like someone with power and authority. They're paying attention, they're observing you, and they might be having this feeling that you are fit enough to take on more responsibility, or even take on some kind of promotion that helps you further up the ladder, whatever that ladder is. But I'm seeing the Eight of Cups here, and so I'm kind of thinking about two separate things. The first one is that you're not in this situation or your intention when you entered the situation was not to stay there permanently and not to climb any rungs on the ladder, so to speak. And then the other thing I'm thinking is, of course, you're here to kind of to help yourself, like, get out of a situation that wasn't satisfactory, and this was the next best thing. But you're also trying to you're always on the lookout for the next best thing, and because this is a temporary thing for you. But there are people around you who want you to stay permanently. Okay, so the next part of this reading, part 2, we're looking at the Four of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Two of Swords. Ooh. Okay. So I think what you're looking for is you are looking to put down roots somewhere, but not in the space that you are currently in. You feel like there's something missing. There's something important missing that is that you feel you require in order for you to put down these roots. And whatever situation you are in now does not have the thing that you are looking for. I'm seeing the Hanged Man, and and I'm seeing the Hanged Man and the Two of Swords, and they're both talking about the possibility that the situation is actually hindering you from making a concrete decision about whether you should stay or go. And the people or this person around that's around you, that's like observing you or watching you or whatever, is starting to persuade you to their side. They're starting to convince you that you have what it takes to become a leader in this situation. And so you're actually leaning more and more towards staying permanently, but you're afraid to let go of what you of the vision you had in mind before of your, for your life. You had not intended to stay in this situation forever, but now it's looking like a pretty good idea to do so. But you still have this feeling of like wanting to go with your original intention. But the more and more time passes, the more you begin to forget what that original intention is, and like you're being distracted by the concreteness of the reality of this situation, whereas your original plan is sort of still just a dream. So maybe you're even disappointed. Like, I'm seeing the Eight of Cups here. And it's like you're perhaps more disappointed by the fact that it seems like your original vision for your life seems to be unobtainable. And then I'm seeing the Four of Wands, and it makes me think that where you are right now, or you may be feeling that where you are right now is it feels like it's the way things are supposed to be. for you in your life. But that's also giving you a sense of like feeling stuck, that you can no longer, if you stay in this situation, you can no longer even attempt to pursue whatever you imagined your life, you wanted your life to be like. So now for part 3, we have the Seven of Cups. We have the High Priestess. It's been a while since she's showed up for any of my readings. And we have the Page of Pentacles. So with the Seven of Cups, it's a card that signifies it's a card that encompasses this entire reading essentially in one card. It's like you're coming from a situation, you're coming into the situation from another situation where you had the ability to dream and come up with a vision for your life. And possibly it was either always changing, or you enjoyed the freedom of being able to change it on a whim. And I'm seeing the High Priestess, and it's giving me, the High Priestess is giving me this vibe of like, it's time for you to dig deep roots. And get to know who you are in this current situation, in this current reality, to help yourself make a better decision of whether you should stay or leave. And this is no longer, you are no longer in a place where you can make decisions on a whim. Whatever the reason may be, being a more conscientious person right now is more important than being perceived as a free spirit. And with the Page of Pentacles, it's kind of like you are relearning how to live your life but now with the knowledge of having to kind of cultivate a sense of having roots, where, because you're coming from a previous life where you had wings. If you've ever heard that saying, there are 2 great gifts that parents can give their children. The first is wings to fly away and live their own lives. And the second is roots, so that they can come home, or they can feel safe to come home. And I feel like before this situation, you were experiencing your wings, but now you have to build your roots, or you have to come back to your roots. And the High Priestess is saying these are going to be deep roots, because she deals with in a sense, she's a spirit of psychology. Let's call her that. So, with that being said, this isn't something that's going to be easy, but it is going to be incredibly important, and you're going to gain a lot of personal insight. And so the High Priestess and the Page of Pentacles are both book learners. They so it, like, I'm thinking you may either read a lot of self-help or go deep into your own psychological makeup with the help of a psychologist, or even like you may even consult what are they called? Career coach. Just so that if you do feel like you're starting over, or you feel like you're new at basically learning about yourself, you will need some guidance. And yeah, hold on, there's something about the Page of Pentacles that I wanted to... Okay. So the Page of Pentacles is about setting realistic goals, right? And so even that might be something you're essentially new to, whereas before you may have been, because you were doing things purely on a whim, your goals were usually, not that they were unrealistic, but they were usually things that the average person probably wouldn't have tried to accomplish. You may even be so I was talking about like a free spirit personality, and I feel like you're going to have trouble with being someone who's trying to anchor down roots, because you're not used to being so methodical with your decisions, and so you may even rebel against yourself, or you might like be very harshly critical about yourself. So I'm going to urge caution, and definitely, like, if it gets real bad, definitely consult a psychologist or some kind of counselor, because they'll be able to help guide you and help you navigate through this process of essentially discovering yourself again, in a way that is constructive. Yeah, so that is the reading for Leo. Thank you so much for being here. Please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Let me know that you exist somehow, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.